So we're here at High End Munich again. This time we're with Karl Heinz Fink. You've got exciting news which we're going to come on to in a second, but this is the last Munich High End before we move to Vienna, and you've got a new version of Kim. Tell us a little bit about it.
I mean, you know, the idea was to do something as a kind of farewell action, and yeah, we never had a Kim here on the show. I mean, honestly, I don't know why, but we had Borgs and Epos and all sort of things, but never the Kim. And Norbert came up with the idea and said, let's make something with a solid wood front plate. I'm not such a wood guy, so okay. First of all, I was a bit skeptical, and but hey, he started to make the first prototype, and it looked really nice. And I had a new tweeter developed that we could add. I mean, it looks the same like the old one, but there's some additional features in. And we made a new crossover with our auto transformer and all the things that we did in our other loudspeakers, like the Borg episode 2. And then we said, just make 21 pair. So for every year the high end was in Munich, one pair.
How cool.
Yeah, and the serial number starts with 2004 and ends with 2025.
How very clever.
I think 7 of them, or how many? 8 are gone already. So
oh wow.
We sold the first 4 before the show even opened.
For the people that don't know Borg and Kim, I've reviewed the original Borg and Kim, and of all the speakers that I get to sit in front of, they were possibly my favourites. Definitely Kim was my favourite small loudspeaker that I've heard for a long, long time.
I know that Norbert prepared a black Borg for you for review. Is that?
The one that's standing there, this is what you can review.
Yeah, cool.
Cherry.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
So that's big news for Munich. The big news is that I don't really know the story. Are you stepping down? What's happening?
No, I don't know. I mean, stepping down sounds a bit strange. You know, when we started the company, we have chosen the name Fink Team. That was an idea from the then marketing guy, Stephen Harris, who wanted to have my name in it. Mm-hmm. Okay, we decided to do it, and I was always the Fink, and he was always the team.
Okay.
Kim and Borg was always driven by woodwork. You know, I mean, it's complicated to make, and so it was always his project. He was doing all the production. He was doing all the, you know, logistic around it. So he did it anyway. Okay. And we have a place in Grevenbroich that's 20 minutes or half an hour away. And he was always going forwards and backwards, and that was quite stressful. And I had to think about, the next generation. I'm 67. I'm not planning to retire, but you have to think about what to do with Fink Team, Epos, and Fink Audio Consulting. Mm-hmm. And I thought that Fink Team really fitted to Norbert because he is a master carpenter. He did it anyway. And after 12 years working with us in Essen, I think he took over a lot of things that we do there. And on the other hand, I'm not away. So, I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't work on design of new loudspeakers, because it's a new organization run by somebody who did the old things anyway. But I think the process of making the loudspeakers and things like that will be very similar to what we have.
So you're still going to be very much involved in Fink Team?
I'm afraid I am. No, I mean, it's up to Norbert, of course, but yeah, of course.
And are you still going to be called Fink Team, or is it Norbert Team, or no, still Fink Team?
Yeah, I think so. That means I have to make sure that the loudspeaker are always fitting to the name or something like that.
Okay. So we are going to speak to Norbert in a short while if he's up for a chat. But I'm very excited about this, and I saw the news and I thought, oh, Karl-Heinz is stepping down or whatever, but it's really cool that you're not. You're very much going to be part of Fink team still. Well, it's your name.
Yeah, but again, you know, this is really, it was necessary to really set the tracks for the next generation.
So speaking about next generations, and we'll come back to you guys. So what do you think about the move to Vienna? I remember you visiting the show and saying it's a great venue.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we did 2 shows already, and the whole atmosphere, the location, even the environment there is so nice. When I was there the first time when we arrived for the setup, and I said, wow, this would be the place for the high end. We didn't know that we couldn't stay here in that time, but for me it was clear this is the place the high end should be. Likewise,
we visited in November, and we just immediately went, what a great venue. And yeah. I think it's just going to be fantastic. The facilities are better there, the city's nicer, there's more culture there. The only negative about it from my perspective is logistics, and a few people have brought logistics up when we've discussed the new venue, but I'm very much looking forward to it. So it's a new start for Fink. It's a new start for the high-end show, I think.
I think the logistic, there are some plannings, and the logistic might be even easier.
Okay.
Here in Munich, it is always difficult. If you bring your own stuff with your own truck, to unload it, to get it up here is a nightmare, because there's only one company who could do it. And it's a nightmare. It's absolutely nightmare and unbelievably expensive.
Okay.
I mean, you can't really do it yourself, because I mean, you can imagine how many people
yes.
are trying. So what we did here is just we hired a company to do that all, and that works okay. What they will do in Vienna is they have an extra hall where you can send all your stuff in.
Okay.
So it will be stored there, and somebody will take care that it's not stolen. And then you can grab your stuff and bring it to your room. Or you ask the company to do that. But they are aware of that. And honestly, from the price point of view, to ship it via truck to Munich and to Vienna is not that much more expensive.
Of course, no. So you're very positive about it, much in the same that we are.
You see, I mean, I know that German dealers complained, or German end users complained, oh, then we can't go there. Come on, boys.
It's a short flight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a short flight, and even if you go by car, yeah, it's a little bit more. But, you know, this is an international show. So, I mean, and we want to have international visitors, and for them it doesn't matter if they fly to Munich or to fly to Vienna.
Absolutely.
So therefore, I'm really positive.
Likewise, I'm very positive about it. So shall we have a chat with Norbert now? So we've just spoken to Karl-Heinz Fink of Fink team, and we're now going to have a chat with Norbert Teiskus, who is going to be the new owner of Fink team. Nervous?
A little bit.
You'll be fine.
Just step in the front. Yeah.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, this is true.
I think of all the people in particularly loudspeaker design, one name comes up consistently when loudspeaker design is mentioned, and it's Karl-Heinz Fink. He's an absolute legend, really. And so how are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling good, because I worked 12 years there. I learned a lot. He was my mentor, you can say that.
Of course.
And he's still available for me, so he's still around. We're still working close together.
So what are your ideas for the future? You're going to bring new ideas? And
so one thing is that the production should be more in my place, so that we have control over the quality.
Okay.
That's one thing I want to do, and I'm thinking about new models.
Okay. And what, are we allowed to ask what kind of models are you thinking about?
The first thing that will come with something between Kim and Borg.
Which makes sense. You've got Kim that people can see here, and Borg is the bigger speaker that we spoke about earlier. So that kind of makes sense from a price point perspective and a room perspective, I guess.
We already have some ideas about it, but
Okay.
let's see. We have to experiment a little bit.
Okay. And how far down the line are you with the experimenting?
We already have some drivers that we tested,
Okay.
and I will build some prototypes very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And will we get to have a listen to those at Vienna? Will
I
will
hope
there be
s-
about
I
before
hope so, yeah.
Vienna? Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so that I can introduce them.
It would be a very nice thing to
Vienna.
introduce them, you and the new speakers at Vienna. It's sort of a natural thing to do,
That's the plan right now. Yeah.
and it's a very good plan. So, what is your vision for the company going forward?
Yeah, you know, we have sometimes some complaints about the design, and I want to concentrate on that.
In what way? I know when
so
we put the Borg, we reviewed the Borg, and people went,
Yeah.
it looks like a coffin and blah blah blah. And I thought the design was beautiful, but
I like it very much.
yeah,
But we always have this coffin
yeah.
theme.
Which
I really don't care so much about it, but I want to take it in a little bit other direction.
But I think the options are, and we see 1,000,001 boxes, and they're all just boxes.
Yeah, but you know, one thing is we tried some who delivered the enclosures, and we really had problems with it.
It's complex
So
enclosure.
it's very complex to build.
So you're going to bring that in-house now,
Yeah.
And so
Right.
you've got control of
Control
everything.
of everything.
Cool. Okay, so all the best for the future.
Okay.
And I'm sure it'll be a huge success, particularly as Karl-Heinz is going to be still heavily involved with the company.
Luckily.
Luckily, yeah.
Yeah.
So congratulations and all the best for the future.
Thank you.